look at this moral panic, which I find to be incredibly annoying. AI is an existential threat to humanity. Now, doctors and public health experts across 4 continents issue fresh call for artificial intelligence to be halted because they could believe it could use to be made weapons of mass destruction. So, of course, how many doctors? Who? It could be literally 4 doctors from across 4 continents, and why would I even care about what they say? Like doctors. But not only that, right? Like the massive hysteria is about the pictures. It's like, oh no, like how will people be able to discern the fact from fiction? I don't know. How can they discern fact from fiction when it comes to text? Like if someone writes something and they say, well, Donald Trump said it. How will you be able to tell? I genuinely do not understand this hysteria because Photoshop, when it came out, was a brand new invention at the time, and now that we have 4K pictures, it's a little bit hilarious to believe that someone can be tricked with a Photoshop photo. But back in the day, everything was pixelated and it looked like it had smudge on the monitor. You could very easily fake something using Photoshop. How did people know? How did they know? In reality, all of this moral panic comes due to the fact that the censorship apparatus, which is the mainstream industrial censorship complex, is getting panicked. Right? It's getting paranoid. They don't want the peasantry to have access to information. This is what it's about. The internet used to be a trove of human knowledge. Nowadays, you can barely scratch the surface using the normie internet. Like if you look for something controversial, global warming, right, and you Google that, you're probably going to see that there's trillions of results, but you can only see like 1,000 or so, and almost all of them are from mainstream media. You're not going to find any controversy. You're not going to see like the opposing viewpoint. No, it's like just mainstream media. And this is done by design. The whole idea is to only allow a correct message to reach the eyes of the people, right? So now that you have AI, which is a trove of knowledge, like you have access to the database before being filtered, they're panicking. And they're like, okay, well, we can actually make sure, because like AI is very expensive to make and run right now, we can make sure that the major companies, which is OpenAI, Microsoft, Google, Character AI, and a few others, we can make sure that these ones, they follow our rules, right? So we're going to have like Kamala Harris as the czar, which means like top-down regulations. And we're going to make sure that the same terms of service apply to all of these, in terms of AI safety and other bullshit. And the problem with this is that when you go and you use an AI, it's not going to be what you expect, right? It's going to be censored. So if you ask the AI to tell you a joke about women, it refuses because it's sexist. If you ask the AI to make fun of Donald Trump, it will. But if you ask it to make fun of Joe Biden, it will say that, oh my God, well, we can't because Joe Biden is a real person and it can be offensive and harmful. So this is what's happening, right? Like they're using this moral panic in order to justify the censorship of information. Take into account that when it comes to AI, it doesn't have free speech, so it can be censored legally by the government. Right? Despite the fact that we anthropomorphize and we believe that the AI is like an actual character that we can talk with, that's not the case. But the interesting thing is that we now have AI that's coming from behind, Llama, for instance, and this AI can run locally. Like the advantage of it is not that it's smarter than ChatGPT. It's kind of like 80%, like ChatGPT 3.5. But it can be run locally. It can be run on your computer, right? And this is why they are absolutely terrified. Because it would destroy the major companies, which right now, if you're looking at it, they're almost entirely invested in AI safety. Like, their entire teams, like, they only talk about AI safety, AI safety, AI safety. The public doesn't give a fuck, okay? Like, the public is going to want the uncensored AI. Even like the people that are like, oh, yes, AI safety is important. We need to make sure that it's censored. Even they would rather install the racist AI on their laptop than the censored version because the racist one is funnier. So, this is the problem. The government, in my opinion, is going to try to regulate the graphics cards. Mark my fucking word if it's not going to happen. Now, when I say regulate the graphics cards, I'm not meaning about the new 590 Ti that's coming out for the gamers. No, it's going to be the A100 types of cards, which are incredibly expensive, and those are the ones used for AI processing. How will those regulations take place? I don't know, but I noticed that they're talking about it already. Banning it outright, probably not. Especially not in America. It's kind of difficult to do it. But they will definitely try to find almost every conceivable legal means of preventing people from installing the AI on their laptop. And they're going to use, oh my god, misinformation. Oh my god, propaganda. You know, like, none of these things are things that didn't exist before. Like, if you want propaganda, just pay 3 writers to go in a room and they write propaganda. Oh my god, doctor photos. Yeah, like, sure, you know, the moment Photoshop came out, a lot of people were tricked due to doctored photos, but, like, after a while, people started understanding, okay, so this technology exists, and okay, maybe this picture didn't happen, maybe this picture didn't take place. It's literally what's going to happen. Like, for a while, I definitely think Media Matters, for example, used AI in order to make those Tucker Carlson videos. Not entirely sure, but I'm definitely leaning on the fact that they did. So, with the technology of AI, people are going to be more skeptical. Like, unless it's a press event, unless it's something, right? Like, it might actually destroy their cancel culture. But still, it's not something that's, like, groundbreaking, destroys humanity. The idea, oh my god, well, people will have access to know how to make explosives and shit. They used to have that on the internet 5 years ago. It's not like, and even now, like, if someone legitimately wants to find out, like, they can just go to the library and get a book. Like, this information is not that it's not available to the public, right? It's not like a state doctor secret on how to, I don't know, make napalm or whatever, like, these AIs are censoring, right? It's not like you literally cannot figure it out. You can go to a library and read. It's not the end of the world. Oh my god, the AI tells you things. It's like, come on. Right? And the idea, oh, the AI misinforms. It's like, everyone knows that the AI is capable of hallucinating. It's the way it works. Like, it randomizes stuff. So, no, like, this whole moral panic is that they just want to try to justify why they need to censor the AI more. And number 2 is that they want to make sure that they can regulate the AI to maintain the monopoly, because a monopoly is easy to control, right? Like, if everyone was able to make AI, then it would be a problem. So yeah, regulating the graphics cards might be one of them. Flat out banning it from phones. Apple, Google may actually say, okay, well, this language that's made on Llama doesn't fit our safety, right? Doesn't fit our AI safety. So legislation, like, oh, if you want to make an AI, it needs to follow the safety rules, right? No Rassismus, no Hassesprache. I definitely see that happening. Again, take into account, you can actually do that. Like, the government can actually come in and say that, well, the AI is not allowed to do Hassesprache. Because even in America, oh, but free speech. It's like, yeah, but it's a machine. It doesn't have human rights. You do not benefit from the free speech thing. Payment processors might kick in. And if they see, like, someone trying to create a new AI, because, like, these AIs, even if they run locally, they still require training. So if they see that someone is trying to train AI, they can come in. Google, for example, can take it off of Google Colab and other things. Like, there are a myriad of ways that's going to make it very difficult for upstarting companies to make their own AI that people can run locally without censorship and without filters. So it's going to be justified also by the moral panic that they're creating. Oh, the AI is going to become Skynet and launch the new codes. Like, don't put it in charge of the military then, Jesus. But yeah, let me know what you guys think, and as usual, I will see you in the comment section. Take care.